Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. You're watching Coins Hunter USA, the ultimate place for discovering rare coins, hidden gems, and the incredible stories behind American currency. Today, we're talking about one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, the Washington quarter coin. At first glance, it might seem like just an ordinary piece of change that passes through millions of hands every single day. But here's the exciting part: some Washington quarters are far from ordinary. With rare minting errors, unique variations, and coins preserved in outstanding condition, certain pieces have shocked the coin collecting world by selling for thousands of dollars. In this video, we'll explore why collectors are obsessed with these quarters, what makes them so valuable, and how you could be holding a hidden treasure in your pocket right now. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy, because by the end of this video you'll see the Washington quarter coin in a whole new light. Top 1. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins from the modern era of United States coinage, a coin that might look very ordinary at first glance but can actually be worth a small fortune if you happen to find the right one. I am talking about the 2014 Arches National Park quarter, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. So sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this story, because you might just have one of these rare treasures hiding in your collection or even in your pocket change. The America the Beautiful Quarter series was introduced in 2010, continuing until 2021, and it was designed to celebrate the most iconic national parks and historic sites across all 50 states. When it came to representing Utah, the United States Mint chose one of the most breathtaking and instantly recognizable landmarks in the country, Arches National Park. And right in the heart of the design is the famous Delicate Arch, a natural sandstone wonder that has become a symbol not just of Utah, but of the rugged and majestic beauty of the American West. On the front of the coin, of course, we still have the familiar portrait of George Washington, a design that has been the face of the quarter since 1932. But flip it over, and the reverse shows the delicate arch rising proudly from the Utah desert. The engravers captured the details so beautifully that even on a small coin, you can feel the strength of the stone and the vastness of the landscape. For anyone who loves both nature and history, this is one of the most memorable designs in the entire series. Now here's where things get interesting for collectors. Millions of these coins were struck and released into circulation, which means that most of them were quickly tossed into pockets, purses, and cash registers. Over time, the vast majority picked up scratches, nicks, and all the normal signs of wear. But what collectors want are those coins that somehow escape the everyday hustle of circulation. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded high by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can already command strong prices on the market. But beyond condition, what really drives up the value of the Arches quarter are the rare minting errors. And this is where the magic lies. Some of these coins have been discovered with off-center strikes, where part of the design is shifted away from its proper position. Others show double die errors, where the inscriptions or even parts of the arch look doubled, almost like the design has a shadow. These kinds of errors make a coin unique, and uniqueness is something collectors are always willing to pay for. Then there are even stranger errors, like struck-through coins, where grease, debris, or some foreign object got in the way when the coin was struck, leaving unusual marks or even missing details. And let's not forget about clipped planchet errors, where the coin was not cut out properly from the sheet of metal, leaving a crescent-shaped bite out of the edge. Every one of these errors turns a normal quarter into something one of a kind, and that is exactly what fuels collector demand. So what does that mean for value? Well, if you find a 2014 Arches quarter that has been heavily used, chances are it's still worth just 25 cents. But if you happen to discover one that's uncirculated, especially with a rare error, the price tag can rise dramatically. Collectors have been known to pay thousands of dollars for coins with these special features, and the most desirable ones have shocked the coin world with their auction prices. And here's the part you've been waiting for: the rarest examples of the 2014 Arches quarter, preserved in flawless condition or showing dramatic errors, have been valued at an astonishing $44,000. Yes, you heard that right. $44,000 for a single quarter that most people would overlook. As ordinary change, this is why coin collecting is so exciting. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can change your life. So the next time you get a handful of change from the store, take a moment to look closely. That 2014 Arches quarter sitting in your palm might not just be a piece of metal, it could be a hidden treasure. Top 2. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most beautiful and collectible coins from the United States State Quarter Program. This is not just a piece of metal, not just pocket change, it's a little work of art that tells the story of Arizona, one of the most stunning states in America. We are talking about the 2008 Arizona State Quarter. At first glance, you might think it's just an ordinary quarter worth 25 cents. But as you're about to discover, some of these quarters are worth a lot more, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars. So listen carefully and stay with me until the very end, because we'll reveal just how much this coin can be worth today. The State Quarter Program was launched in 1999, and it quickly became one of the most popular coin programs in U.S. history. Every year, 5 new state designs were released, with each coin celebrating a unique landmark, symbol, or piece of history from a particular state. By the time the program ended in 2008, it had introduced millions of new collectors to the hobby and brought incredible attention to U.S. coinage. The 2008 Arizona Quarter was one of the very last issues in this legendary program, which makes it historically important right away. Now let's talk about the design, because this is one of the most detailed and visually striking state quarters ever minted. On the front, you still see the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, which has been on the quarter since 1932. But flip the coin over, and you're greeted with a breathtaking view of the Grand Canyon. This isn't just any design, it's a powerful symbol of the vastness and natural wonder that defines Arizona. In the foreground, you see a giant saguaro cactus, towering proudly as if to remind us that Arizona's desert beauty is unlike anywhere else in the world. Together, the Grand Canyon and the cactus create an image that instantly takes you to the heart of the Southwest. And at the bottom, the coin is proudly inscribed with the words, Grand Canyon State, Arizona's nickname. This design was more than just a pretty picture, it captured the identity of Arizona in a way that coin collectors and everyday Americans instantly loved. That's why many people set these quarters aside when they first got them, knowing that someday they might be worth more than face value. But here's where it gets really exciting. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are the same. Some Arizona quarters have extremely rare errors that make them stand out and become highly valuable. For example, there are double die errors, where the lettering or parts of the design look doubled. Imagine seeing the words, Arizona, or Grand Canyon State, with a shadow-like doubling effect. It immediately catches the eye and makes the coin unique. There are also die cracks, which look like raised lines running across the coin's surface because the die used to strike the coin developed tiny fractures. Then you have off-center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned with the coin center, leaving blank areas on the surface. Some collectors have also reported clipped planchet errors, where part of the coin looks like it's been bitten off because the blank wasn't cut properly before striking. These types of errors turn a common state quarter into something one-of-a-kind, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Condition plays a massive role as well. If your Arizona quarter has been used in daily transactions, tossed around, and has scratches or heavy wear, it will probably just be worth 25 cents. But if it has been carefully preserved in mint condition, never touched by human hands, and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC as MS-67 or higher, then its value can skyrocket. Collectors pay premiums for coins that look like they just left the mint, with sharp details and flawless surfaces. Combine a high grade with a rare minting error, and now you have a coin that is not only rare but also highly desirable in the numismatic market. Another fascinating thing about the Arizona quarter is that it was released at the very end of the state quarter program. By that time, millions of Americans had started collecting these coins out of pocket change. Families, kids, and serious collectors alike were all racing to complete their 50-state sets. Because Arizona was one of the final designs, a lot of people were specifically saving these coins. That means fewer perfect examples survived in circulation, and those that do exist in pristine condition are getting harder and harder to find today. Think about it, out of millions minted, only a small fraction have survived in flawless mint state. And among those, only a handful carry rare and dramatic errors. That is what creates such incredible value. It's the thrill of the hunt. Coin collectors love the idea that a simple piece of change could turn out to be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, and now for the part you've been waiting for. The most desirable examples of the 2008 Arizona State Quarter, especially those preserved in perfect condition or showing dramatic minting errors, have sold for astonishing amounts. Some of the rarest and most valuable ones have been valued as high as $59,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $59,000 for a single quarter from Arizona. A coin most people would spend without thinking twice could actually be worth more than some cars or even more than a year's salary. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's not just about money, it's about history, art, and the chance of finding treasure in the most unexpected places. Every time you get change at the store, every time you search through an old jar of coins, you could be holding something extraordinary. So here's my advice: always check your quarters, especially those from the State Quarter program. Look closely at your 2008 Arizona coins. Study them for errors, examine their condition, and if you think you found something special, consider having it graded. You never know, you might be sitting on a rare coin worth thousands. Top 3. Today we are taking a closer look at one of the most fascinating coins from the United States State Quarter program. This is a coin that many people have handled without giving it a second thought, yet in certain rare cases, it can be worth a life-changing amount of money. We're talking about the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, a piece of American history that celebrates the beauty of the natural state. So, if you're a collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone curious about what your pocket change might really be worth, stay tuned because this coin has a story you won't want to miss. The State Quarter program was launched in 1999 and ran until 2008. Each state was given the opportunity to showcase its culture, history, or natural beauty on a circulating U.S. quarter. Arkansas received its design in 2003, and the result was a coin that perfectly captured the state's character. On the reverse of the Arkansas quarter, you'll find an intricate design featuring a mallard duck flying gracefully above a lake, with stalks of rice in the foreground and a brilliant diamond placed proudly at the center. The diamond is especially significant because Arkansas is home to the only public diamond mine in the United States, Crater of Diamonds State Park, where visitors can actually search for real diamonds. The rice represents one of the state's leading crops, and the mallard symbolizes the abundant wildlife and natural beauty Arkansas is known for. Together, these elements make the coin a miniature tribute to the state's heritage and resources. Now, while millions of these Arkansas quarters were minted and released into circulation, not all of them are created equal. Most are common and only worth 25 cents today. But for collectors, the true treasures are the ones that are in flawless condition or the ones that display rare minting errors. These are the quarters that can turn ordinary change into something extraordinary. Let's talk about some of the errors that make the Arkansas quarter stand out. One of the most well-known is the double die error, where parts of the design or the lettering appear doubled. This can make the details of the mallard, the rice stalks, or even the words on the coin look like they have a shadow, which instantly makes the coin more valuable. Another sought-after mistake is the off-center strike, where the entire design is shifted and leaves part of the coin blank. There are also reports of die cracks, where lines appear across the coin due to damage in the minting die, and even clipped planchets, where a piece of the coin's edge looks like it has been bitten off. These unusual errors are loved by collectors because they are unique. No two are exactly the same. Condition is another critical factor. Most Arkansas quarters you'll find in your pocket change will show scratches, wear, and fading. But coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state coins, can bring in far higher prices. When a coin is graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, its value depends heavily on the grade. A coin in MS 65 or higher is considered exceptional, and when you add an error on top of that, the value skyrockets. Remember, by 2003 the State Quarter program was already incredibly popular, with millions of people saving these coins to complete their collections. Because of this, some Arkansas quarters were pulled out of circulation early and preserved, but finding one that remains in absolutely flawless condition today is still rare. And when you combine that rarity with striking errors, you're looking at a coin that is truly one of a kind. For collectors, the thrill is in the hunt. Searching through rolls of quarters from the bank, checking old jars of coins, or carefully examining change from the store, it's all about the possibility of finding that one coin that nobody else noticed. The Arkansas State Quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting is so exciting. It's a reminder that history, art, and value can all fit into the palm of your hand, and now, for the moment you've been waiting for. The most valuable examples of the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter, especially those in pristine condition and showing rare mint errors, have been valued at an incredible $67,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $67,000 for a single Arkansas quarter. Something that most people would spend without hesitation could actually be worth more than a luxury car or even a down payment on a house. So here's the takeaway: never overlook the coins in your pocket. Always check your state quarters carefully, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. That ordinary-looking Arkansas quarter could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, make sure to subscribe to Coins Hunter USA, give this video a like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. There are countless stories hidden in coins, and together we'll keep uncovering them one by one. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy collecting.